Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hey, welcome to On the Dot. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are and whatever time there is for you. We hope you're having a good life. And ano pa? Happy Easter, Happy Lent. Pwede bang Happy Lent? Sad Lent. I cannot wish you a sad Lent. But anyway, greetings from the studio of PHLB Radio right here in Las Vegas. My name is Dorothy Tome. You're watching On the Dot, and my partner Mia will be with us pretty soon. All right, so our topic for today is Senior Moments with Antonette Benitez. A little introduction. You saw her 2 years ago. Or was it a year ago? 2 years ago when she appeared My Pag-asa. It was our show on Mother's Day, May. And so we used My Pag-asa. And she talked about holistic healing. And she's come a long way. And today she's going to talk about senior moments. We'll find out what that means. A little bit about Antonette. Let me read from her Facebook. She's a free spirit. She's untethered. Walang posas. She is a card reader. She's a soulful alchemist. Ooh, ano kaya yun? She's a life coach, a sacred space holder, and a mindset healer. Welcome to the show again, Miss Antonette Benitez. Hi, Net.
Hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you once again for inviting me to be here with you, Dot. My name is Antonette, everyone, and I'm coming in or joining them from California, Orange County.
How's the weather there, Antonette? I'm sure it's been brighter.
Yeah. It's a little bit sunny, but usually in the daytime, like in the morning, it's cold, and then it starts getting warm. And then the last few days, there's a few bits of rain in different areas, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like they always say, this place here is like bipolar.
Oh, is that so? Naku
They
naman.
always have that word,
Bipolar.
bipolar.
Well, and they also say the weather is like a woman. A part of me would say that that's very flattering because we have so many different ways of presenting ourselves. We can change our minds anytime. But I would not want that to be a derogatory reference to women. You know, the weather is like a woman, changes her mind every so often. Men can also be like the weather, you know, they can be tempestuous, they can also change their minds. So the weather is like humans. How's that? Diba?
Like humans.
Pwede.
That sounds
Pwede
fair.
Din. Pwede din like children. Okay. All right. So, what has been happening to you, Ned, since your last appearance here 2 years ago? I mean, the highlights of your journey as a healer, as a community leader or community worker.
Grabe, it's been 2 months na ha. Like if I have to think about it, parang it's so
2
parang
months?
kahapon lang. It feels like it's only yesterday. I am happy to share that I'm still on remission, even though they still are checking me every 3 years, and I'm supposed to have another checkup.
Oh, we're
but
talking
I've been doing
about
well.
Yeah, we're talking about your cancer journey, right?
My cancer.
Okay.
That was our topic last time.
Yes, okay.
So, okay naman ako. Praise God, everything's well. I don't feel anything major na parang illness or anything. So I'm thriving, in other words. But on top of that, a lot of things has happened, and I've been doing well with my healing journey, not just for myself, but to other people. The people that I've come to encounter with, yung mga nakakausap ko, family members, and then our group, we always see each other every now and then. So things have been good, but we're getting into the senior moment part because, as time moves on, we get older and we get these little episodes of forgetfulness.
Are you sure? For you, I guess, no?
For me,
So
for me, I get forgetful every now and then, but I have a background of story to tell about that.
yes. So just to recap, hi Mia. Mia's here.
Oh, hi, Mia.
Hi, Antonette. How are you?
Nice
Good
to see you again. I'm good. Thank you.
So a recap, you had was it colon cancer?
Colon cancer, yes.
Then
in 2019.
you changed your diet and you changed your mindset, which is why it really works for you being a mindset healer, and you healed. And would you say that you are free of cancer as of today? Yeah.
As of today, I would claim I'm free of cancer. When the doctor checks me, that's another story because that's their laboratory works and everything. But right now, I don't feel any symptoms of any type of cancer happening or moving in my body. So, yes.
Yes. And then you're saying that we're getting older, and I'm flattered to be older. I mean, I could have died years ago,
Me too.
Die young or stay old. I'd rather stay old or grow old. Hi, Mia. You don't look old, Mia. Mia's
I
never
know.
growing-
I was just asking Dot how old you were because you don't look old.
She's 29, 25. I don't know how old Mia is.
I love you too.
All right. So Mia, bakit senior moments? You and Antonette, you can define senior and
Senior moments.
Oh, ikaw muna, Mia.
Oh, because you mentioned Antonette would like to talk about, seniors. And I think you're working with seniors now, Antonette. Is that
Yes.
how it is?
Yes.
Yeah. And I have a lot of those senior moments.
What is senior moment? What is a senior
You
moment
forget
for you, Mia?
stuff.
Oh. Is that the same for you, Antonette?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But I have another explanation why we forget things.
Why is that?
Ang sa akin is life here is so busy. Parating, we're always on the go.
Right.
There's so many things to do and, we don't have enough time. So, ang tendency, we forget things kasi yung prioritization is not there. So, yun ang napapansin ko with myself. If I don't write things down and I have a lot of things to do for the day or for the week, nakakalimutan ko, and then, I could identify myself as senior moments. Pero of course, when you're with the age group ng mga seniors, ano naman yun, medically back up yung kanilang forgetfulness.
Is that the age of the second half of your century mark, 50 and above? Is that
Siguro
senior?
it comes later from other people, hindi naman 50. Because I've seen now yung mga 50-year-old, they're like the 30s before.
Yes.
Times have changed.
like
you,
kami ni
Dot,
Kuya Yo.
right? Look at you, thriving and all. You're like 40. Mia's like 20.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course, we'll claim that.
Oh, si Kuya Yo, 22. He said earlier he's 22. Our age changes every episode, so maybe I'm now 100 years old. I look very young for 100 years old. What do you think? Senior moments.
Senior moments.
So my senior moments, I have started claiming that when I turned 50, I said my memory is only going to be better, and I will have fantastic memory, and I can memorize where things are at home. And I think that's in relation to what I've been doing with Dr. Joe Dispenza, when he said that you can reprogram your DNA and your brain cells simply by, thinking about them and intending. and doing practices. So I've been experiencing my senior moments are different than when I was in my 40s. I tended to forget things, but now
very good.
I'm seeing myself very accurate in remembering where things are. I do. John says, my husband, he says, you only forget things that you're not aware of, that you're not very conscious of. So you just do not value them, so they don't stay in your mind. That's why you forget them. Like, for example, Mia, when I last week, was that last or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when I said, sino yung artista na the singer,
si Jim Carrey,
who's always wearing sunglasses, si Randy Santiago.
And you had also yung kay Jim Carrey, diba?
Yes,
yung show
yes.
Na,
Oh, so yun, okay. So back to you, Net. Sige, let's talk about your senior moments, your experiences at work.
Nakakatawa because the senior moments, I think right now it's not just limited to myself, no. It goes with our aging parents, relatives. Tapos ngayon, it so happened that I'm working part-time din sa senior community. So I haven't really worked in a long time. I was a stay-at-home mom. Pero recently, like about a year ago, I started going back into the career scene. Kasi I kind of miss, interacting with other people other than the ones who are close by. So mas na-appreciate ko. I actually appreciate more getting older. And you mentioned this, Dot. Kasi before, it's true. When you're not aware, you think of, adding a year older each time you have a birthday na parang, oh my God, this is getting old. I'm getting older, I'm getting there. But when you realize the wisdom that comes with getting older, if you're aware of the things that you're doing moment to moment, day by day, you realize that, oh my God, I have accumulated a lot of this wealth of knowledge that I can pass down to my children, to my pamangkins, or that I could even remind my aging parents. Kasi they are at that stage where their senior moments is really because of genetics. Like, their brain is not as healthy as it used to be, so nagde-decline na siya and everything. So here we are, relieving the past for them by talking to them, telling them stories, o kaya asking them questions. Because sometimes, especially those who are like really in their late stage, like 70s, 80s, I'd be surprised and I'd be like really amazed to encounter someone na late 80s, early 90 years old, and they're still like very alert
Tita
with their
Luz.
conversations with me.
Yeah.
And I see
Very
a lot
glamorous.
of that sa nursing home.
Okay,
So,
tell us about them.
Nakakatuwa kasi parang nag-change. Like the way I see people in the nursing home have changed. Kasi before, I would see na, ay nako, kawawa naman, they're declining, parang ganun. But now when I see and interact with them, and then they can tell me stories, especially how they survive depression. Or, yung iba, they're like from the Holocaust survivors. Parang na-amaze ako na, oh my God, like look at what they've been through and look at them now. So, senior moments, it's really something that we should not be afraid of, but I think embrace it. And it's also like a wake-up call for those who are younger, who are fearing that stage na, ay naku, ayokong maging ganon. Parang we have to live our life one day at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ano yung mga what nuggets of wisdom have you been digging for or finding sa care? Is it a care home? What do you call
It's
that
a
place?
care home. There are different types of care home. Merong mga assisted living where, nasa bed talaga sila and all they need is like people to help them get up, take showers. Meron ding ibang independent wherein they are still fully functional, parang sa mga 55 and above senior home, yung mga ganon, community. And they're still thriving, except that sometimes they are showing signs of like memory is slowing down or it's getting poor, so you're just there to talk to them. So that's where I'm coming from. Yung aking area is more on the independent adults. And then I'm also enjoying it kasi minsan they have a lot of events and activities happening na pati ako natututo. So like there's this example where there's a lady who always comes in our facility every week to talk about music. And as a, personally, I like music. So whenever I join some of the residents there, and then with my patient, natututo din ako because I'm learning about the different types of instruments. I'm learning about organ, all this like Pacific Symphony na usually sa mga matatanda yan, yung mga slow, di ba? But I'm learning it and I'm so surprised to see myself enjoying na para bang, wow, these are the moments that really captures someone's spirit. Kasi if you look at them, parang, kawawa sila, but then when they hear this music, it reminds them of their past and their face suddenly starts getting more joyful, more alive. And then you could see some of them tapping their hands on their lap, And then sometimes they would have trivia about who sang this in the 1920s. Wow. And then they would be raising their hands like if they're in the classroom. So, it's really, fascinating.
Kaya mo yan, Mia, I think. When Mia turns, 95 or 90, I think I will still remember. What dance is this? Can you see yourself living in a facility, Mia?
I told my kids, actually last week I told my son, I'm gonna be so rich that you don't have to worry if I get old. I have someone to take care of me because they have their own lives. Our children have their own lives. Yeah.
Wow, I like that, Mia. Kasi I want to share something, from my experience working with, independent adults. I am in a position where sometimes I could observe like how kids treat their parents, and this is just like a general observation, and this does not have anything to do with mine or my personal parents or anything. But as a rule, I found out that if you compare living here in the US and living in the Philippines, pag matanda na yung parents natin sa Philippines, they still get the attention and the time that we can give them. Kasi, like what I said earlier, we have a lot of time to spend with them. Unlike dito sa Amerika na we're all busy. And this is my observation. Everyone's busy. Everyone's living their own lives. That sometimes when we get old, we are being taken for granted. Parang nasa isang tabi na lang tayo. And then we would be happy when they have time for us, when they give us a call. Kasi yun ang napapansin ko sa mga patients. Like when they get calls from their kids, they really look forward to it. Or when they get visits from family members, kahit hindi nila anak, even it's just their apo or whoever, they're all so excited. So that's the other side that I've noticed with senior moments, the sadness that they probably feel inside, the emptiness. And like you, I've also said to myself, self ko pa lang, hindi ko pa nasasabi sa mga anak because I feel like it's too soon. But, when I get older, parang ayoko rin maging burden sa kanila. I don't want them to think of me. Kasi it's true, I have some clients that says that, I'd rather stay in a nursing home than be with them kasi I don't want to be a burden. I don't want them to keep on thinking that, I have to take care of my mom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you're in a nursing home, it can get lonely because if they don't, forget, if they don't visit, lalo na pag mga holidays. So those are the extreme part of living. But if, like what you said, if you're so rich, you can just live in your own house and then hire caregivers to go into your own house. At least you're more comfortable there. Bahay mo yun.
Are you going to buy a cruise ship, Mia?
No, I'll probably stay in a nursing home. I just told my son, just make sure the one who takes care of me won't hurt me.
Oh,
like, it happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I just made sure.
It does.
Yeah, so I said, you better watch My caregiver.
Oo naman. May
Totoo
ano
yan.
yan, very strict screening process. I know, I read somewhere, I think I read 2 articles about a woman when she turned senior, instead of living in a nursing home, she lived in a cruise ship. So she
Wow.
she said
It's cheaper. That's what they say.
exactly
It's
like
cheaper.
you have someone to change your
Yeah.
beds, the same thing, but you get to travel. The
travel.
same amount of money you're using, but you get to travel and you enjoy whatever it is you want to enjoy. And
Yeah, I was talking to someone in a cruise to Mexico about that, and that's what they do. They sold their house and they just do cruise
Oh yeah,
the whole year.
Okay.
Wow, that's really nice.
And they said it's cheaper
It's cheaper
because they
no?
don't have to think about groceries. They don't have to think
Oh,
about
yeah.
mortgage.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
good.
cheaper.
That's a
Well,
great
well,
idea.
the nursing home that I'm in actually, it opened up my eyes nga rin because I thought at first, it's the usual where it's like a hospital or
But it's
a
not.
real parang. Pero the nursing home that I'm in is hindi because I guess there are different classes where if it's a little bit on the higher end, which I'm sure they're probably paying more. I don't know about that area, but they have housekeepers that come. I'm just there. I'm just there to
Companion.
work 4 hours and to be just a companion. Like I just talk to her, I just motivate her to go down with me, attend activities, do some walk. That's what I do. But I notice every Friday, once a week, there's the housekeeper that cleans up, and then of course their kids sometimes would order groceries for them through Instacart. And then their food is free, which is part of the rent, I believe. And they can eat as many as they can because the facility that I'm in, they have 3 different types of restaurant or eating area. They have a bistro,
Wow.
which is I was really surprised. I'm like, wow, bongga.
Do they
Like,
drink
their
alcohol?
food-
Do they drink beer, wine,
They do
etc.?
drink alcohol.
Oh, do they
because
party?
They have like happy hour. They have Mardi Gras.
Wow.
They have all
Yeah,
this.
they have
Kaya
activities.
nakakatuwa. I'm
Okay.
like, wow.
Oh, why not?
And then, of course, for those who are not drinkers, they just go there for either, the music or the magic show or whatever.
May
Line
mga
dance.
Pero yeah.
line dance. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Crochet.
So it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Crochet.
May mga,
Kaya it's good not to know about this when we're early. So at least it gives us options.
Yeah.
It
And
gives
there-
us options
there's
like
so
what can
many-
we do when we're there.
Sorry, Antonette. There's so many of those facilities here in Vegas because it's a
Oh, wow.
retirement. It's a retirement state. The weather.
I was even telling-
Yeah.
That's so nice. That's so nice, Mia, because I was just telling my husband like a few months ago, hey, you are 55. I'm getting to be 55. Why don't we look for a 55 plus home?
Community.
Because it
Yes.
looks fun.
It does. They have a clubhouse and they have activities.
Diba, they don't have a second floor, no?
Yes, all single stories mostly. Yeah, and it's fun. It's not that old, 255, diba?
It's not.
Yeah.
Oo.
So they're still very active. They like going to casinos.
Yeah. At saka like for the adventure siguro, they do a lot of hiking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
maganda yan because
Dancing.
you're right. Kung if you don't have like a house that you have to worry about, then you're free.
Right.
You'll be untethered. Just like a free spirit.
Free spirit.
And most of the 55 and over, the older communities, age-restricted communities, that's what we call it.
What's that?
The age-restricted communities.
Age-restricted.
Yeah, you can't be there if you're not 55. At least one has to be 55. And no one under 18 can live there for a long time, like 2 weeks maximum.
Pwede visit lang.
Yeah.
So if you have kids who are a little bit older, can they join you?
Yes, as long as it's
Oh, wow.
not 18 and below. Yeah.
Lipat na lang kami dyan.
Oo.
Come,
And
Mia. You need a house? Mia. Mia.
Most of the time too, they are in a golf community.
Ah, yun. Golf.
Yeah, because they like
Very nice.
golf and stuff.
Oh, ayan. So,
Ay, ang galing.
so we'll take a
Kaya
break.
natutuwa ako. That's
Yeah.
okay.
We'll take a
Natutuwa ako
break
talaga.
because
Let's do it.
then you can have Mia's details if you're 55 and above and you're looking for a place to stay. Here's our sponsor. You reach out to her. Stay with us.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC.
Welcome back to the studio. On the Dot is brought to you also by Mia and by Yupaan and by PHLB. Mia, go ahead. Talk about UP.
Here, I brought on the dot now. Yes, the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada is having a songwriting competition on November 16, and we are accepting entries for the songwriters, amateurs, and professionals. You can turn in your entries before October 15 by email or by mail to Kuya Yo here in PHLV, but it has to be unpublished. Dapat di pa siya unpublished dapat di pa siya published kahit sa YouTube. So yeah, please turn them in before October 15. The competition is November 16 at what's the event called?
Celebrity
Center at Emerson Avenue, and tickets are $30. It comes with refreshments.
Yay! This is part of our
25th anniversary. Yes.
Ng Yupaan.
And we're also gonna have a gala on the 30th of November.
Oh, magkari na kamo. Ilonggo.
Magkari na kamo.
Come over. Marami kaming seniors.
Anong kari?
Kari is come. It's an old, let's just say it's a, I heard that from my grandmother. So it's a senior word.
It's a senior word.
Pero if you're not that at that age group, you can say kadto ka mo.
Kadto may ganun pa palang levels.
Pero
no?
kare is like an ancient word.
Kari.
Magkare ka mo.
Kari.
Kadto ka mo. We have so many senior friends. You will see them dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. At saka playing music. And we're back to our topic, which is senior moments with Antonette. Net, my question.
Yes.
Ano yung mga wisdom or regrets that you learned from the people you care for? May mga regrets ba sila? May mga wisdom nuggets?
So far, I think the wisdom, most of them, they've lived their life as how they wanted it. So parang the person that I'm taking care of now is 95, but she's still strong. I'm so amazed that wala siyang a lot of other medical issues other than she had a few surgeries and stuff when she was younger. Pero like right now, she is good. She's only doing some kind of maintenance, and then she doesn't even want to ask for pain pills kung may konting sakit siya from her arthritis. So the wisdom that she's always sharing is like she's always been active when she was young. She likes to eat a lot of vegetables and all this. She's not a fan of drive-through. So from that story, parang nakikita kong self ko na, oh, if you start pala taking care of what you eat, how you live your life, I could probably see myself 95 and still walking like that. you know. Tapos, another wisdom would probably be respecting your kids.
Oh, respecting your
When your
kids.
kid starts getting older,
Okay.
you have to slowly detach yourself from probably expecting that they will really be there when you get old. It's the way I look at it. It's like giving them the space to make decisions for themselves, and at the same time, yung para bang walang attachment ng emotional factor na, oh, matanda na ako, you have to really take care of me. Kasi sometimes sa mga bata, hindi pa nga sila nakaka-start ng life nila. Parang it's a big burden na iisipin na, nako. Pero
Take care,
it's
mama.
up to the kid na lang. It's up to the kid na lang to look back and think na, okay, I want to give this time for my mom kasi, or for my dad, or for my parents. Kasi, you know, it's right because they're getting older. Walang nagaganon. Pero the fact na parang i-impose mo sa kanila na, okay, pag magtanda ako, dapat ganito talaga ha. So, parang I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
And if I'm comparing the Filipino culture to that of the Western culture, parang mas gusto ko in a sense na, you know, they're giving them the opportunity to make decisions and plans para sa kanilang parents instead of imposing it.
How's it for you, Mia?
Well, for me, not really for me, but I was talking to my friend, I think 2 weeks ago, and she was saying, "Oh, my kids don't visit me anymore
Is
because
it-
they're in
he's a
California." Filipina, yes. And she was saying that's how it is when you grow old. You know, when they're young, you're very important to them, but as they grow older, they forget you, and you know they make their own decisions. That was as what Antonette was saying, and she felt disregarded.
Oh.
Ganon. So I said, no, I think they're just busy. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
how she felt.
Pero alam mo, from my own perspective about that, I feel that kasi parang sa akin kasi I grew up in the Philippines. Tapos dala-dala ko pa rin yung culture natin na yan. So it's so hard for me to imagine, kunyari nandito I have my mother-in-law, right? So I still feel the attachment. Kasi parang kawawa. I can see myself na kung ako nandyan, parang ayoko ring makalimutan ako ng ganon. So I can still see that. Kaso minsan, mahirap. It's hard to like really balance it. Kasi nga, life here in the US is always busy. Like you're always on the go. So parang if you really want to do that, you'll stretch yourself thin to the point na ikaw naman ang magiging depleted. And pag punong-puno ka na ng responsibilities, you cannot function then. So, yun lang ang mahirap na napansin ko dito sa Amerika.
Okay.
And
okay.
with our culture also, diba, the parents are always usually right.
Yeah.
Diba? And so
Usually.
and very authoritative ang parents. So when you lose that right,
Yes.
diba, it's kind of offensive too.
I know,
Parang-
right? Yeah.
Oo. Pero in our spirituality, alam mo, that is, di ba, Dot, we talk about this, that is a control issue.
Right.
Yung culture natin,
Oo.
it's a control
It's a
issue na
control
parang
issue.
pag nawalan ka ng ganon, parang you feel like hindi ka na importante or ano. Yun nga, that's why I think I'm gonna share this because I think this is where I'm coming from with being a mindset healer, no? Na before tayo, like our age right now, parang mga empty nesters na tayo were there. Tapos soon, totally wala na talaga kasi they're having their own life now with their own families. So this is where I'm coming from na I really like to empower women na, you know, find yourself again pag maging empty nester ka na. Kasi when you're at your prime, like 20s, 30s, 40s, parang yes, I'm so, sa career ko, I'm so absorbed with my career and raising kids and creating a nice like house or financial whatever for them. Pero once they start moving out of your house,
Right.
this is the prime time talaga to get back into who you are as a person. Kasi we all know that when we have kids, parang we give our all to them. Parang inaano muna natin yung ating mga needs, mga wants, kasi mga
Set
anak
them
muna.
aside. Yeah.
yes, put it aside. But once they're out of there, go back to what are the things that makes you happy? What are your passions? Bring it back. And then in that way, you become more confident again about who you are as a person before you become a mom, before you become a grandma. So at least, hindi ka masyadong magsi-self-pity when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Para bang, you know, you can say na, okay, I can wait whenever they are. I'm still thriving.
Yeah.
And then I feel like create that bond with your kids na sila mismo, they would want to look forward to see you.
Yeah,
Kasi namimiss ka nila.
Yeah.
Kasi pag if you keep controlling them so much, parang excited na silang mapalayo sa'yo. Kasi parang, nasasakal
So
ako, I need my
controlling.
own space.
Yeah.
Parang ganon. I mean,
Right,
this is a story, but it's all happening to all of us. Like I myself, you know, I'm experiencing that. So
Okay.
with awareness, we're all learning how to make senior moments more valuable.
How to navigate the second
Navigate,
half of
yeah.
the
Yes.
century, di ba? So,
Yeah.
Mia, your kids are all out. Meron pa.
Almost. By September, I'll be empty nesting.
Yeah, my kids are all out. Well, almost. I
Sa
have
akin,
one
hindi
left.
pa.
Sa'yo, hindi
Takot
pa.
ako.
Yeah, there's also that fear of
Papunta
letting
na
them
doon.
go. So, I learned very early because the two eldest, the three girls, they left the nest at 16.
Early.
Kasi di ba,
Wow.
early ang sa atin, ang college natin sa
yeah.
UP, di ba?
You
It's 16
graduate at
years old.
16.
So, they left Iloilo and lived in UP Diliman. Sa ano yun? Ano yung
Yakal?
no, they did not take the dorm. Yung there's a government housing
Bliss?
units. It's a Bliss.
Yes,
Doon sila. So at 16, so
Wow.
I only
Wow,
had
at
a
16.
son with
Very,
me.
huh?
So I learned. I have navigated that part of leaving the leave takings. So there's another way of there's another way in which we leave, they leave, we leave. Everything is coming and going, right? Everything, every aspect in life is appearing and disappearing. So the other one is that you brought up earlier, Annette, creating a home for the children. So at this point, I'd like to bring the topic of you, Antonette, losing your home, your ancestral home. So you want to talk about that? How it feels that your mom is 85?
She is 85. She
When
just
the
turned
house
85 last year.
was raised
Yes.
last week. So would you like to
That was
share?
really,
How do you feel
that was a
about
big
that?
shocker.
Yeah.
And we can show photos, right? If
Yeah,
you're
you can
okay.
share it.
What happened?
Anong nangyari
What was the
daw?
cause of the fire?
So, actually, ang ano kasi, they were saying, because right now it's being investigated and stuff, they were saying it's a commercial and residential home.
Oh, I
And it's
see.
an ancestral house.
Oh,
That's probably more than 80 years old, 90 years old house.
Wow.
I don't even, I'm still in the, yeah, that's the house that got burned down.
Wow.
So, I remember growing up, like, you know, we would visit our grandparents there. We would stay there. All the cousins would have a family reunion.
This is in
Tapos,
Isabela, right?
That's in Isabela, Negros
Negros.
Occidental. So it's a town like a little over an hour away from Bacolod. So if you can see there, it's all the building na lang, the
I
cement,
know,
but
the
most of
cement.
them is made of ano pa, yung wood.
Yeah. that's
So
why.
yung structure na lang na yan. And it just happened like a few days ago, like March 18. So that's like 2 days ago. No one see it coming. We of course we've been saying that, oh, this house is really getting so old, maybe we need an update and everything, but you know, my aunts and my uncle, you know, the siblings, they're still in the middle of like trying to talk about what they're going to do with the house. When I left for the States in 2020, or no, not 2020, 2000, my mom went back to Isabela to live there.
Oh, okay.
So she brought
Oh, that's the
my
original
grandma
one.
with her because at the time we were living, I think, in Davao or in Calibo, and my grandma, who's my mom's mom, was with her. So when I left for the States, they decided to go back and live there. She brought my grandma back there, and so they lived there for as long as I can remember. So every time I go back home, I would go there and live with them. So, it's a little bit depressing because of the memories.
Oh yeah, like
And
photos. You said
the photos,
the documents. Oh,
the
okay.
documents. So
Lima.
that's how it looked like when I was there. It definitely looked like it needs like an upkeep and everything, but we love it as it is. We remember running up and down the stairs and how it was. Nothing was saved.
Nothing was
And
saved.
No one was in the
Nothing was
house
safe.
when the fire happened. No one was living in the house.
They were there. It happened like at 3:00 in the morning. It was only my mom and my brother and yung pamangkin ko. And my brother usually wakes up in the middle of the night every now and then. And he saw the smoke, a thick smoke coming from my mom's room. So sabi niya na, what is that smoke? Bakit? Parang ang kapal-kapal. And then he heard downstairs, people were shouting, sunog, sunog. So he jumped out and then he went to my mom. And then my pamangkin, who was at the time, kasi nasa Bacolod dyan siya, he goes there for school. And every weekend, he just goes back. So at that time, sabi niya, oh my God. So it's good because he carried my mom. Because my mom could barely walk and my brother could barely walk. They're both diabetic. So he carried and lifted them up, and then he brought my mom down, and they were down. My brother had to go back to probably pick up his phone, and then in a split of a second, wala nang kuryente. It's all black. So my brother didn't know where to go. Good thing his son went back up to get him, and then na-save sila. Tapos yung tita ko rin and her husband, they were downstairs kasi up and down sila. So sila rin mabuti, nagising din sila, they were out. Tapos yung pinsan namin who lives all the way sa back, nakalabas din sila. So it's parang we are grateful na wala man lang kahit inhalation of smoke or anything.
Right. That's good.
So which is really good. So ngayon they're just taking it one day at a time, and I'm so grateful kung ma-play to later and some of our family in Isabela can watch this. I'm just so grateful sa mga tao, yung barangay captain who helped out.
Right.
Parang bayanihan na. I was telling Dot, sabi ko, wow, na-shock ako na parang all of a sudden ang daming tumulong. And then of course the mayor, the congressman, na sila mismo, they went there to talk to my mom, my tita, to give them some help, mga relief goods and whatever else, mga medicine. And so, right now, it's still very surreal. Now, when I talk about it, parang I cannot imagine. But I'm just like grateful and hoping for the best on what's gonna happen after that. We do have like my mom's sisters who live outside of the country na sila talaga yung parang major contributor, at saka sila ng mom ko ang nag-uusap about what they want to do with the house. So we'll see what's gonna happen. I have faith in God that things are gonna work out well. So with the senior moments that I can share with that is kami na medyo mga bata-bata. The kids who are living outside of that town, we are just, putting our prayers. We call them every day. Yung sa tita ko, yung mga anak niya din who lives in Dubai, they're calling them. Tapos yung mga kapatid, mga cousins from the Philippines, then they're calling them. So it's just all like support for the elderlies.
Yes.
Our elders and what we can do for them.
Yeah, my worry about that scenario, the house, the old house, the ancestral home, which we don't have here in Vegas. No, I don't think Filipinos have ancestral homes here. It's very rare to find such a thing.
It's so new.
But for us there, who built, our grandparents built their homes, and we go back, we rehash memories, we look at old photos, di ba? Mga photos natin. So, our seniors, grandparents, our parents, they treasure these albums. Unlike now, everything is digital.
Digital.
Pero sa kanila, these are their memories. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what we can do. We can digitize our documents, perhaps mga family documents, mga titulo.
Those are the different generations of families.
Oh yeah,
that
Wow.
have photos, because that's like our favorite place, especially if we're growing and we cannot fit sa taas.
Yeah.
So
Pang family
I
picture.
haven't even included ours yet there.
Even
So, yeah.
even this thing that it's the age where we are actually letting go of a lot of things.
Yeah.
No, Mia?
Yes.
Marami ka
Oo.
bang let go na,
Knickknacks.
Mia?
Oo.
Mga knickknacks,
Yeah.
mga chuchuariwap.
Mga sentimental value,
Mga anik-anik.
mga posterity.
Oo.
ganyan.
Oo, di ba?
Kasi sa Philippines, ayaw nilang i-let go. They
Yeah,
want to hold on to it as much as they can, which is a hazard if you compare it dito sa atin. Pero I think one of the lesson talaga na nakuha ko rin from there is, yung mementos. Because I'm pretty sure some of the people in the Philippines are also like keeping their mementos sa mga bank, vault.
Right.
sa
Oh,
mga
yes.
ganon,
Oo.
to preserve it. Pero sa amin, I don't think we've ever done that. Kaya parang,
yeah.
wake up call.
It's a wake-up
Tayong
call.
mga
That's
the
generations, we
word.
have to like really.
Right. And this reminds me that 2 years ago as well, we had estate planning by Tito
Right,
Sid.
with Tito Sid.
Oh,
So it's
yeah, ang
also
ganda niyan,
very
yeah.
important for us to plan our estate when we leave, Wow, this is a
Yeah.
very good topic that we're talking about, no, mga seniors preparing to, in the words of my sister, sa pre-departure area.
Ano ba yan? I'd like to share also, we changed our smoke detectors recently. And one thing, because Antonette mentioned the darkness when it's on
Oh,
fire,
yeah.
diba?
Oo.
So I
Yes,
found
oo.
it very interesting. Some smoke detectors now have lights, so you know where to go.
Ay, good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I found that very interesting and very useful.
Yeah.
That's very useful. Oh, di ba? Magaling yan. Oo. Good
I
idea.
also feel that sa nangyari sa amin, regardless siguro, kasi sometimes kasi pag nasa town ka, if you live in a town, parang napaka-backward pa. And one of the things that I like going back there is because parang backward pa nga siya, so wala pang technology masyado. Although it's there, pero not a lot of people are embracing it kasi they're so comfortable with the backward
Oh, yeah.
way of living na parang mas sila attuned to that. So the negative side of it is, yun nga, walang mga smoke detector, walang mga ano. So kung meron siguro noon, at least it could have been saved a little bit yung mga ibang parts, no?
Yeah.
No, but
So,
my
yeah.
dad has always been like that. He would check di ba sa Philippines, gasol?
Oo.
So
Oo,
he
yung
would,
mga
every
gasol,
night,
oo.
he would check if it's off, everything talaga. Kasi he was saying, mas okay nang manakawan kesa masunugan.
Oh,
would say
yeah.
that,
Kasi,
yeah.
Right. I remember,
Totoo.
yeah, mga pagsunog. The first one I actually encountered was the raising down of this huge, beautiful, ancient Rose Memorial Hall of Central Philippine University. It's like I really cried. It was very, I don't know,
Disheartening,
fire is
yeah.
just so
And it's
all
fast.
consuming.
Very, very fast on fire.
Yes, true. Lalo na ikaw, Mia. I think you and Don Francis can talk about hazards.
Hazards and your show.
Are you ready
yeah.
to talk about your new show coming
I'm
up?
always ready.
Hey, we have 10 minutes left for this episode with Antonette. And Net, you mentioned earlier talking to your children and us then, how open are we when we talk to our children about our own senior age. So the card that you chose earlier is honesty.
Oh, wow.
Kanta ka, Mia,
Honesty.
habang hinahanap yung card. Ayan na.
Sige,
Wow, honesty. Galing.
Everyone. Kuya Yo, paki ano na
It's
din ang ating
so
honesty.
hunching.
Can you read
Wow.
that, Net? Can you read that?
Who?
Ikaw, Antonette, can you read your
Oh,
card?
ako?
Yes.
Senior moment. I have to put
Are you able to
the
see?
antipara. Kailangan
the antipara.
Are you able to see?
Okay, there you go.
Ayan,
Ako
nilalage ni Kuya
nagmamagnifying
Yo.
glass.
Okay.
Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself.
Nice.
Okay.
I love it.
Galing.
Parang gana, di ba? My take on that sa topic natin. And then, of course, you will have your own take on that. That as we grow older, you said earlier as well, that we need to be honest with ourselves. You know, we need to be authentic. Di ba? Make our own choices for our entire well-being. By the way, this happens to be the International Happiness Day.
Oh, really?
Today.
Oh,
No, not today, not today. No, I'm sorry. Last week it was International Happiness Day, and for me, one of the factors for happiness is being honest with ourselves, with myself. So your turn, Mia, and then you, Antonette. Tell us what you think about the card.
For me, I've always remembered this quote that I saw about honesty. It says, "Always speak the truth, so you don't have to remember a thing."
Perfect.
Yes.
Speak the truth. You don't, para hindi ka forget, di ba?
Tsaka iba-ibang version mo.
Baka makalimutan mo kung ano yung
Oo,
sinabi.
ano yung sinabi mo?
Antoinette, what's your take on your card?
Well, honestly, for me naman is just like really showing up and living your life as best as you could without having to pretend what it is.
Yeah. Ay, galing.
Kasi sometimes, just like saying the truth all the time ni Mia, parang it's so hard to put on a face. It's so hard to pretend, to be somebody else when you're not. Nakakapagod.
Yeah, you can only
keeping
pretend
up
so
with
much,
that, yeah.
so long. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up a face. Yeah, let's see if our
about
quote.
you?
Yun
How
na nga.
was it?
Yung sa akin, yun din, authentic self, living what you really want to do. Honesty. How's
Harnessed.
What's our quote for today?
Our quote for today is it came from an anonymous sender, not sender, but someone
sender na nga.
anonymous. Yan.
Nangyari,
Yan.
sender.
Getting old is inevitable. Where is the accent? And the second syllable?
Correcting na ang iyong
Inevitable.
ang iyong
It's correct.
It's correct
Ulit,
mundo.
ulit. Getting old is inevitable. Growing up is optional.
Oh, di ba?
Yeah,
Parang Peter Pan.
like that.
Yeah.
Growing old is inevitable. Growing up
But growing up is
Optional.
is
optional.
I don't want to grow old. Parang si Peter Pan.
Parang, so it's ironic because people say when you're young, they tell you, grow up already.
Yeah, right?
Tapos pag grown up ka na, they tell you, uy, where's your childlikeness? Ano yung pagiging fun and playful mo? And you're fun and playful naman, they say, napaka-childish mo. Ano ba talaga?
Ano ba talaga ko? Yeah.
Parang hindi mo rin alam where to go.
Yeah, I think it's a merry mix of being serious and being silly. Oh, what's your take on that, Net? Yung growing up, growing old.
Growing up and
Ay,
is
yung
inevitable. Ayan naman,
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Where's the accent?
Anong
The same
masasabi mo
thing,
dyan?
like, age is just a number.
Right.
Tapos, it's how you feel, how you think. So, regardless of how old you are, take responsibility of your actions. You can be childlike, you can be funny and silly, but be responsible with it. Kasi sometimes may mga instances na people are always silly without thinking, tapos they look stupid. I'm sorry.
That's true though. Yeah.
Diba? Or minsan nakakairita yung kanilang silliness.
Yeah.
Annoying. Oo.
Meron ding isa pang issue on being senior is sometimes people run to you for wisdom. Tapos pagod ka and bahala kayo sa buhay niyo.
Ayaw mo na i-share.
Sometimes you can also be, you can be audacious and bahala na sa the way you look, the way you dress, the way you talk.
Yeah,
Diba? There are also seniors na they can be very brash and walang pake sa
You dress your age.
Ano yung age mo that you dress?
Ako, nag-stuck na ako sa high school.
Pero you know what? I think that's part of the honesty part na parang you're showing up as who you are. Kasi you're not there naman to like really want people to like you. Kasi no matter what you do, diba, people cannot really like you all the time.
Yeah.
So as long as you're happy, as long as wala kang natatapakan,
Yeah.
patuloy ang ligaya.
Patuloy.
Right?
Patuloy.
No, but sometimes
Patuloy.
also we
Patuloy.
forget. We
Yeah.
forget our age and we think we're still strong, di ba?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yes.
with that. Actually, I
Yeah.
think since life is infinite, humanity is infinite, then we can be whatever we want to be at any given time, and that's. We are the harshest judges of ourselves, so let's not just judge ourselves. So, yeah, that's my.
We're not a book.
Sige, mag-closing na tayo. Closing remarks. Let's hear it from you, Net. What are your parting words for this show?
I want to just tell everyone, or take it from here. Don't be so rigid with how you see things, with how you look at life. Stay in the moment and enjoy it one day at a time. Senior moments will happen no matter what.
Yeah. Senior moments. Enjoy your moments.
Yes.
Any reminders, Mia, before we go?
About our topic, life is short. Be happy.
Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy.
Happy.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I won't be seeing you for a while, for a few weeks. I don't know how life's going to turn out in the next few weeks, but Mia will be taking care of you right here on the dot.
You
with
still join,
Mia.
di ba, from time to time if
I
you
will
have
send
internet.
videos. I just realized it's only 9 hours difference in Vienna, 2 hours difference in Peru, and
Wow.
7 hours in Bolivia, in Brazil. I don't know. I forgot. So I'll be in different time zones, but I'll be showing up. Mia will be right here with you. All righty.
Yes.
So that's my goodbye.
Yay.
Be honest, friends. Ayan,
Thank
Be
you,
honest.
Antonette.
be honest. With the silent H. Bye, everyone. See
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Stay safe. Net, thank you.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.